happy to announce that this is my first podcast.
That's great.
So, I'm a little bit nervous, but
It's okay, calm down.
Yeah, it will calm down with time. I just want to introduce myself, to say who I am. I'm from Lebanon originally. Yeah. I came to Dubai like 4 years ago. Let's start from the beginning, from my childhood. It wasn't that consistent childhood. My parents got divorced when I was 14, and I was shifting with my mother to a new place.
Right.
What I faced in my childhood is inconsistency. So I changed a lot of homes. I changed a lot of schools because of the situation that my parents got to. So that put me in, you can say a trauma of inconsistency. So I wasn't able to do something until the end to finish. Like I start something, I go to the extreme, and then I stop. And then I start something, I go to the extreme, and then I stop. So I struggled with consistency. And at the same time, because of financial things, my parents was working both. And as a child, you don't know why your parents are working to feed you, because they didn't tell you or maybe they tell you, but you wasn't aware that because they love me, they are working and they are leaving me home.
Right.
So I was left at home. My parents was working both, and I felt like there is a missing on love. I'm not loved enough. Right. Or also it went with my personality that I was seeking validating. I was seeking validation from people in school and my relationships later.
Right.
I wasn't aware that I'm that person. I was always seeking validation. I knew there's something wrong with the friends. I want to always the spotlight on me. I was always trying to impress people or trying to prove that I'm working on myself, or to prove that I'm good enough, or because I had this trauma and I didn't discover that. Let's continue with my journey. Right. I was in the university. I started engineering because my parents also wanted me to be an engineer. Yes. I wasn't aware enough also at the beginning. I went with what my parents loved. And then when
you didn't like this?
No. When I started, 4 months, I discovered that I'm not there.
4 months?
Yes.
Well, that's good. It takes a lot of people, the whole academic session, the whole years to figure that out. So
yeah. So I was able in 4 months to discover that I'm not an engineer. I don't love physics. I will not be an engineer.
Okay.
And I will not lose my time in this.
Right.
So I shifted to finance, which is another major that I love because I love numbers. I love
natural
business.
sciences or
finance.
Finance. Oh, cool.
Yes. So I love numbers. I love business. I love financing. That's the thing that I love. But as I told you, I was struggling with consistency. Right. So I started with the university 1 year and a half. I wasn't able to continue because as a stubborn child, I was exposed to many things, many parties, girls, all this stuff, bad things.
That's good.
Yeah, and I wasn't able to continue university. I stopped. Yes.
I believe everybody should actually have that sort of experience because you want to experience some things so that when you get older, you understand that you know what it is. So exactly. You don't have some fantasy when you get old, and people are there are people who are in their 60s, 70 doing the stuff that you've done when you were 20 something. And that experience shapes you understand that there is nothing there anymore because you've seen it all,
Yes.
that sort of stuff. So I don't think that is a bad thing. I believe that everybody should experience some sort of stuff. Go to party, have girls if you want, get fucked up a little bit.
Yes.
That sort of stuff.
That's why I'm proud of it because it really taught me all the bad things that I did. I was drinking alcohol, doing all bad habits, you can say. I wasn't focusing on the good thing that I need to build to my life. But at the same time, I learned all this stuff, all this shit, you can say. Right. I learned it at an early age, which helped me instead of, by the way, I was a gambler, for example. I was really addicted to gambling. And that also, 2 years, I lived 2 years, just going to the casino whenever I have money, spending money. But thanks God, I didn't have enough money to spend at that time,
Right.
So it's good that you learn this stuff at young age, so you don't put too much loss in this, and you learn, and then you can evolve. And that's what happened with me.
Oh, that's great. So how do you think that all of this, from having this inconsistency, so can you say right now that you're being consistent?
Yes.
In your life?
Finally, like, look, when I was tell you the story, how I came to Dubai,
yeah,
and what happened. So until we reach like the consistency, how I was able to manage to be consistent and to get over the trauma.
Yeah.
So when I was 19, 20 years old, I told you like before that I worked in hospitality. So I have a little bit experience of hospitality, and I always dreamt have my own business as a restaurant or bakery. So I opened my own bakery when I was 20 in Lebanon. Okay, it was a goal in my mind that this bakery will expand in 3 months. I will take more shops and I will make dine-in area and this stuff. And I opened 24 hours. You know, I was small for business, but I have that belief that I will make it. And I wasn't doubting it even. I was always saying for my brother, my parents, this business will work. And this business will expand in just 3 months. And they were laughing, like, just finish with this shop now and then think how to expand.
Think of how to expand, yeah. I know it happens to a lot of entrepreneurs. When you start something, the joy and the enthusiasm you have is like dopamine rushing in your brain. Oh, wow. You start calculating, you start seeing into the future. And when things don't happen according to this plan, you feel somehow defeated.
Yes, exactly. So what happened is that exactly, look, my brother had an office beside the bakery that I opened.
Right.
He told me, I told him, like, after 3 months, I will kick you off the office and I will take this office as a dine-in area.
That's a good thing. I mean, you were saying you were looking to help your brother, but how did it end up?
Yeah, so after 3 months, I really, like, the work went very good, and I was able to manage to add the employees. Like, we started as 4 employees, and with me, I was like putting 20 hours every day of hard work. I was just sleeping 4 hours from a person who is, you know, addicted to bad habits, addicted to partying, to girls, to full focus on my business, just sleeping 4 hours a day, putting 20 hours of effort every single day.
What magic did you do?
It was the first chance to prove myself to myself, to prove that I can be successful, because I told you, like, I wasn't consistent. I didn't find result. I didn't find success. So I got the opportunity to prove myself to myself, because I was always wanting, like, to look to myself, to love myself, because I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe that I can do it. So that was the opportunity to prove myself and believe in myself. That's why I put all the energy. You know, I didn't know from where this energy came up. Even my parents, my mother, she started saying to me, just go party, go see girls, because she was always kicking me from girls and parties and this stuff. So this time she told me, you are working too much, just go have fun.
Go have fun. Imagine that.
You know, magic happened, like the turns turned. Like, before I was just partying and girls, and my parents was trying to pick me up. And then they are saying to me, now go party, go do something, you are working too much.
Go have fun, you're working too much,
you know, it was extreme. I'm an extremist, and I'm a Scorpio. Like, Scorpio are a little bit like, they have this kind of attribute. They are extremists. So I was in the extreme this, and then I put the extreme this, and this is not good. Yeah. And now I will speak about balance and what's the importance of balance, not like going full.
So you've been an extremist. How you think it has helped you more than anything else?
Look, I was believing that either you go all in or you go home. Yeah. I was always feeding my mind that if you want to do something, do it to the extreme, or not, don't do it, so you will be special. So that's what I did also in my bad habits. I did to the extreme.
So
and it's not because I'm that, because I already proved to myself that I can be successful.
It's no longer fun for you.
Yeah, because it was a challenge for me, you know. I won the challenge, as I saw in that time. I wasn't aware that consistency is the challenge. Right. I was thinking, like, just being successful, doing a successful business at the beginning, is the end result. That's why after 6 months, I didn't have the motivation to continue because I already proved to myself
you can do it.
My ego went up. Like in just 6 months, you did a business that generates $10,000 in profit every month, and you're just 20 years old. You're a god.
You went back to your girls.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because having $10,000 back with being 20 years old, feels like $1 million, right?
Exactly.
So you shut down your bakery and
I shut down, and I thought it will continue generating money alone without me focusing on it, because it's making now $10,000. I thought to myself, okay, even if I go back to the old things, the business will grow up. I put like a manager, I put people who manage the business, and the business will grow up. But that didn't happen because I wasn't.
Nobody's gonna manage it the way you do, right?
Yeah. Not only this, I wasn't experienced enough to hire the right people to manage my business.
Of course.
And at the same time, I was taking eating from my business. I was, instead of keeping the investment to upgrade the business, to make new things, I was using that money and spend it on gambling, on girls, on this stuff. So this already, I reached a place when the crisis happened in Lebanon. The inflation, the corona, all this stuff came together. Inflation went times 100 times. So $1 was like 1,500 liras, and then it went to 100,000.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Yeah, a lot of inflation. People, like all the people got destroyed. Bank accounts, bank hold the money of the people. They weren't able to take their money from the banks. A big crisis in Lebanon. And my business was still doing good, but in terms of dollars, it's now like just $600 because the inflation is very high.
Yeah.
So I was managing 40 employees for $600 a month. This is also brings me like the last shot. Boof, khalas.
Okay.
There is no more motivation. Like why I should refocus on this. I was always blaming myself that I should focus back. I should put more efforts. I should return my business or put more efforts in my business. But when that happened, I thought to myself, okay, I'm putting my efforts in the wrong direction. Plus, I wanted to go out of the loop that I'm in.
What loop exactly?
The pattern of bad habits and this stuff. So I wanted to go out.
Do you think it was easy for you?
No, it was a very hard decision.
Okay. So what methodology did you apply? How can anybody be able to replicate what you did? Do you think it's possible to do? Because a lot of people find themselves in this sort of loop and they just go in circles and they are looking for solutions somewhere. They are looking for this, they are looking for that. And then eventually they still fall back to this loop. Because I believe that you as a biological machine, as a human being, nobody's going to fix you unless you fix yourself. You are not a car. A car cannot fix itself. A motorbike cannot fix itself. It needs something else to fix it. But you as a person, you as a biological device, it comes from within. You have to be able to fix yourself. So no matter what the solution you look at, the most important thing is whoever that is going to help you, give you solutions, is going to direct you. It's like a horse. There is a saying I know that you can't force a horse to drink water. You can only lead the horse to the river.
Yes, exactly.
So no matter what you do, you are not able to, the fix comes from you, within you.
Yes.
So do you think people can replicate this?
It's your decision at the end of the day. All the motivational speakers, all the life coaches, they give you insights and they give you information. But if you don't decide that I want the change, you have the will to change, you will never change. Recently, I'm making one reels about, if you keep 70 years, 80 years speaking to somebody who doesn't want to change, you will not ever, never change him or change her, because they are not willing. It's the will to do that. And at the same time, the first step that worked for me, maybe it will not work for others, but what worked for me is that I decided to go out of my comfort zone, to travel from the environment I'm in. So I changed the environment, and that was the most important thing I did in my life.
So you think the environment matters a lot?
Yes.
So would you say that is the first step of changing yourself, stepping out of the environment?
Yes, exactly. Because, you know, if you are doing bad habits,
right,
for sure you have partners in this.
Yeah.
You will not do it alone.
Yeah, you have partners in crime.
Yes.
Easy.
So you will not be doing it alone. If you are doing drugs, if you are doing alcohol, if you are doing anything, you have partners. You have people that dragged you into this. You have people.
Yeah, of course, we survive in pairs. So pair program.
Exactly. So the first step to go out of these patterns is to change your environment, is to say thank you for your friendship, thank you for everything, but I'm not gonna stay with you all the day. Maybe you will stay my friend, I will see you, I will love you, I will give you blessings, but I will not spend all my time with you because my priorities changed. I want to go out of these loops. So the first thing I did was to travel to Dubai. And that was the start of, you can say, my spiritual journey, because at that time, when you are stuck, when you don't love yourself, when you are like every day asking yourself why this is happening to me, and you think that life is happening to you, not for you, and you think you are a victim, everything is happening to drag you down, or you have this victim mentality.
It's easy to have a victim mentality.
Yeah, exactly. I had this mentality until I changed my environment. I came to Dubai.
All right.
When I came to Dubai, I started working. Okay, I failed in the bakery first in Lebanon.
Yeah, that's good. Failure is good. Okay, yeah, you learn a lot.
Yes.
Then you understand that economy, there are some things you cannot control, and if you cannot control these things, it's best for you to get out, because you can't control the inflation in Lebanon, government policies, and all of this. You have, no matter what you do, you become poorer. So yeah. If you can't control your environment, get out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And one more thing, when I came to Dubai, like I didn't put the blame on the inflation. I didn't put the blame on the country. I didn't put the blame on anything that
happens.
Yeah, it happens. But at the same time, I said to myself, if I was able to manage to use my profits as savings, I would have handled my business better, you know?
Yes.
Because I spent all the money on gambling, I spent all the money on girls, on parties, on all these things. I wasn't able to like be able to handle this situation. So it's always how you handle your business. So because I wasn't consistent with the energy I'm putting in the business, with the consistency, with the focus I'm putting in the business, if I was able to manage this, I was able to manage the crisis also. Even if the crisis, people who are strong, they can survive this crisis. But I wasn't that person. So I learned from this. I learned from this a lot. Like God sent me this. I take it as sign from God, because God showed me that I can give you. And at the same time, when you don't use this money for good things, or you are not taking care of what you have, you will lose it. So
that's a good lesson.
Yes.
I like
so when I came to Dubai, I started with Lebanese company as a partner also. We worked for 1 year. We opened like 3 shops. Like it was selling products, Lebanese food, you can say. After 1 year, I didn't find myself in this company with my partner. This is second lesson, that don't go into a business that you don't know about, or you don't search more about before you go in. So make your research, see if it will fit you, it will not fit you, and this stuff, and then you can decide. So I was taking action very fast, taking decisions very fast. I wasn't like patient with my decisions. You know, I was just, okay, this idea got me, yeah, let's go, you know. This also, I learned from this to be patient, to think, and to act accordingly. After that, here is the story. Like here is the starting.
So what did you learn from that part?
From this year, I learned that first, don't go into business before knowing all the ins and outs of the business, what you will be doing, how to manage that business, all this. Like, don't be a partner before you know all the ins and outs of the business. That's the important lesson. Second, I knew how to I was able to improve myself in dealing with different, like you can say, different ideas or different perspectives. I didn't have partner before, so in my bakery I was alone. Nobody tells me, no, we should do that. No, we should do that. We should do that. In this business, I was able to manage to listen to people more ideas, to sometimes like give up my idea. Maybe it's not good idea to listen to other people. So
you didn't believe in your own conviction, yeah?
Yes, exactly. After that, after 1 year, I decided to go out to sell my shirt.
What if this same energy happens to the rest of the 9900?
They will get it. They will be able to do that. Like,
so is it possible for 2 persons or 3 persons to get the same energy at the same time?
Not at the same time. I believe that everyone has his own time or her own time. So everybody gets a sign if they ask for it. If you have the intention, like you say, you know, God, okay, I'm struggling with this, and you believe that God will solve your problem, and then you say to God, okay, please help me here, and then you keep believing and asking for this help. God will show you that He's here for you, and He's able to help you and maybe pick you up from what you are in. But you just have to ask, not feel like egoistic or feel shy to ask from God, because God is real. God is real. God is real. You know, I wasn't that person. From that moment, I started my relationship with God. And every day I say, Alhamdulillah, God, I thank God for everything in my life, because I'm living.
You're not the only person saying this every day. I say this too.
Yes.
So why didn't I get the job?
not because I got the
maybe I applied.
Yes. Look, maybe
they didn't call me back.
Maybe God blessed you in different things, you know. Not this.
That counts as well. Yeah, that's good. That counts as well. Maybe, yeah, you're right. Maybe it's in different ways. So
yeah. So everyone, like, you know, they have their own journey. You know, it's my journey. I'm saying about my journey, but maybe it's a small thing for me. It's not that it doesn't matter for me, but for you, it's very important. And you asked it from God, and God gave it to you. So now, like, you have your own connection with God. You have your own relationship with God. So everybody got to have their own journey with God, and that's the beauty of God. That God is always present in all of us. And I do believe that God is equal, you know. Life is equal. Every problem that comes to you, it comes to you to serve you at the end. Every trauma that you pass in, it gives you strength if you are able to put the intention to get the strength out of it. It's just that people who are putting an intention to get aware, to improve their life, to get into self-development, to get into this, just the intention, and God will be able to help you. But just put the intention and know there is a way. You just have to set your will, to set your intention, and God will show you the way. It will unfold effortlessly. Like, you will see things unfolding in your life in miracle way. Like, miracles will happen. And that's what happened to me every time I wrote in the board. I got the thing that I wrote in the board. Now I'm working on real estate, for example. Look, I got terminated from 6 months from my job in hospitality. I was on vacation in Lebanon. Everything was running smoothly. Everything was good. And then when I came back from the vacation, I got terminated. Okay? For specific reasons.
Why were you terminated?
Look, it wasn't clear for me why. I didn't get the reason. I don't want to speak about the reasons, because you know the people are still in business, the company is still in business. But what I can say that when this happened to me, what I said to myself, next day I was feeling shocked. Okay, then second day I felt sad, I felt down, I felt that I'm not good enough, why they terminated me, this stuff. And then the third day I said, I have a goal to make $1 million, and employment will not give me, like a fixed salary will not give me $1 million that I'm targeting. So God, already, because God loves me, God wants to help me in my vision and my intention, that's why He sent me this termination to enter real estate sector.
That's a good mindset.
Yes, to enter real estate sector, because I was surfing real estate in Dubai. I loved real estate, but I wasn't courageous enough to leave that experience in hospitality and to shift to real estate.
Because you have salary coming every month.
Yes, exactly. So it was challenging for me.
Yeah, sometimes you need restrictions in your life to see the bigger things.
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
If you don't have money coming in, if you don't have nothing to lose, that's when you punch harder.
Yes.
That's when you go deeper.
You go like deep down, you know?
Yeah, because you have nothing to lose.
Yes.
Immediately you have things to lose, like your salary, like your comfort. You live for that comfort and your salary.
it's going out of your comfort zone, you know. And when this happened, before this happened actually, I was starting, you know, from that time, I read Power versus Force. I read like more than 25 books, 30 books. I took a lot of courses. I started gym. I started like running, this stuff. I started building good habits. I started to find consistency. So when that happened, I decided that I want to start my page on Instagram. I want to start giving people insights that helped me to get out of inconsistency and to get out of validation of people, and to start give some insights, just like as me giving people, because you know, when you give, you take. And I always known, my friends knows me, that I always love to share information. I always love to give people what I learned or what knowledge I have, so they can get use of it. So that's why I started the idea of starting my page. I started like since 3 months posting some videos, motivational videos, insights, and this stuff. And I joined real estate. I'm doing good in real estate. Like I joined recently since 1 month. It's going good, and I hope like later on, my plan.
You want to go back to your new business, right?
It is not the life coaching business, you can say. It is motivational speaking. So I'm building my page, I'm building the community, I'm trying to give the insights that help me, things that worked for me. Maybe it will not work for others, but maybe it will resonate with some others also.
It doesn't matter, even if it's one person.
Exactly. So my intention is to give what I learned. And
you don't want to be a coach?
Not now. Not now. Okay. I still not now. I don't want to be a coach. I'm just sharing information. Whoever gets use of this information, whoever have the intention to have self-progress, self-development, this stuff, they will enjoy my content. For people who will judge, who will say like what he's doing, you know, there is always...
It's none of your business.
Yes, exactly.
Even if you are the president of a country, when you say something, there are thousands and millions of people who are going to say, what is he even saying?
Exactly.
So It doesn't matter.
Exactly. So yeah, you said it right. Like all the people get judged. Even if you sit at your home, you don't do anything, people will judge you.
Why is he not even talking?
Yes, exactly.
And then you talk, people like, why is he talking?
Exactly.
So you can't please everybody. And you talked about self-validation, which I think is an epidemic, because a lot of people these days look for validation.
Yes.
So how were you able to break from this circle of... So right now, when you go out of this circle of seeking self-validation, it means you don't care about what anybody thinks about you, right?
Yes, exactly.
How were you able to get out, and what do you think anybody else can do to be able to achieve this level of I don't give a fuck?
Yes. The first thing you will do is self-love. It's a big title. I discovered that my want was to get validated, but my core need was self-love. So I was digging in the wrong tunnel, you know. I was always looking for validation, and even if 5,000 people validated you, 1 million people validated you, if you are not validated with yourself, if you don't love yourself, you will not get that respect for yourself, you will not love yourself, you will not feel fulfilled of this. So when I started loving myself, not beating myself, you know, when I do something wrong, when I do bad habits, when I do this stuff, or I'm not consistent with something. Before, I was saying, no, Majd, you are not consistent. You got back to the bad habits. You got back to old patterns. No, you don't have to treat yourself in that way. You have to love yourself. As ever, like your friend, let's say you made a bad thing. You did a big mistake, and you're coming to me as your best friend, and you're saying to me, Majd, you know, I did that and I did this, and I'm feeling very bad about it. I'm not a good person and this stuff. What I will tell you is, don't blame yourself. Life will go on. Work on the second time not to do the mistake. Learn from this mistake, because we are all humans. We all do mistakes. So it's normal for you to do a mistake. Don't beat yourself. Love yourself. That's what I say to you.
Right.
I wasn't saying this to myself before. So I didn't say, Majd, okay, you are doing good, even if you did mistake.
Now you do it?
Now I do it.
How you do it? You look in the mirror and say, "Maj, this is you have to be loving yourself."
I do journaling. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes, journaling increased my self-awareness.
Right.
I was able.
Down, yeah.
Yes, I was able to handle my emotions. You know, when I get angry, when I get upset, when I get, you know, I didn't do something, for example, I was supposed to do. I just journal. When you journal.